Yeah, let's fill in nice. Get everybody up here. Come on up, Caitlin. Don't be shy. I won't make you talk.
You got your notes, right, Tom? You got your notes?
Yeah. Yeah. Just give me some kind of high sign when we're ready. Make sure the ringer's off on my phone.
It's the same thing.
All right, we ready to go? Okay. Well, good morning. It is great to be back here in Chautauqua County. We've had another few weeks in Washington. We've had a lot of session lately, so it's great to be back in the district and with you. Just a few weeks ago, we were able to pass the 2024 appropriations bill, the first tranche of those pieces of legislation. And I am very pleased to announce that in the first funding package we passed, I was able to secure $100,000 investing here in the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office, their Office of Abducted, Missing, Murdered, and Unidentified Women Initiative. Just about a year ago, I think, that we first visited the Sheriff's Department and had a discussion with Sheriff Quattrone and his team here about what their goals were. And the statistics that drove the Sheriff's Office to begin this initiative are just absolutely sobering. Over the span of 45 years, more than 25 individuals have gone missing, been murdered, or remain unidentified. Now, among them, 14 were young women between the ages of 14 and 35. Their lives tragically cut short. Their families left with unanswered questions and unimaginable pain. But thanks to the hard work of Sheriff Jim Quattrone and the men and women of the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office, these families have hope for closure and justice for their loved ones. This initiative hasn't been without roadblocks and challenges that require considerable time and resources. With the closure of over 10 law enforcement agencies in the county over the years, vital records have become inaccessible, exacerbating the difficulty of piecing together the puzzle of these cases. Additionally, the cases span multiple agencies, further complicating efforts to gather essential data, evidence, and reports. And that's why I've been working on this with the sheriff since they brought it to my attention early last year and fighting for this funding to be included in our appropriations legislation. With this funding, the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office Abducted, Missing, Murdered, and Unidentified Women's Initiative will be better equipped to navigate the complexities of these investigations. They will have the resources necessary to meticulously piece together evidence, follow up on leads, and collaborate with other agencies to ensure that no stone is unturned. And they're able to capitalize on new technology that didn't exist when many of these tragedies took place. This funding will enable the initiative to reach its goals of compiling information on all 21 cold cases and ensuring that databases are up to date with correct information, family samples, and other important details that are steps towards justice for these victims. This funding will also enhance the initiative's ability to provide ongoing support to surviving family members, ensuring that they are kept informed of progress made in their loved ones' cases. The ultimate objective here is to honor the memory of those that we have lost by ensuring that their stories are heard. Their cases are pursued with diligence, and their families are provided with the closure that they so desperately deserve. I want to thank Sheriff Quattrone for his attention to this important issue in putting these cold cases on the forefront. This is a very unique opportunity.
For seeking out this grant for us. Something he said in his remarks was, it's a team, and this is truly a team effort. I appreciate the work of our investigators, Tom Tarpley, Tom DeZino, their supervisors, Lieutenant Alex Nutt and Sergeant Luke Johnson. Also, I have to thank the team across the street, our county legislature, our county executive, who approved these positions to allow us to bring these investigators on. Ironically, both Toms, as we call them, the Toms, come from California with some roots in this area. Met them over the years and learned of their experience involving, and I don't like to call them cold cases, I like to call them unsolved cases. I think it's important that we realize that these cases, while sometimes it's difficult to find evidence and they may lay stagnant, our officers, our investigators, our office continually work on them, look for leads, look for cases, evidence that we can move forward. Some are more difficult than others, but with their persistence, we're seeing successes. We're looking forward to the day where we can make announcements where we're able to see some prosecutions on cases. It's important, but again, without the help, and then the families, worst case, our families that are there, and oftentimes it's really difficult for us to understand what they're going through, and they often drive our motivation to work these cases, to come up with some resolutions, to come up with some answers. We can't say necessary closure, but I think sometimes when we can come up with something, it gives them a little bit more of a peace of mind. And then our community is, if we can solve these cases, it's good for our community. As the Congressman mentioned, there's way too many unsolved cases, too many missing people that we need to continue to work in. Again, it's a joint effort. I'm happy to say the law enforcement agencies in this county are willing and have been cooperating and working alongside of our unsolved case team. But we will continue to do that and continue to look for resolution in these cases. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Would either of the Toms want to say a few words?
Sure. Just
Come on up so the microphones get
Thank you. I would like to tell the community, Tom and I came from the outside. We didn't know anyone here involved in these cases. We have learned firsthand that the community, everywhere we go, the community asks us about these missing, murdered, unidentified people. It is something that is at the heart and the fabric of this community, and your leaders listened. So this is an instance where you were heard. The sheriff, the congressman have spent their own time and initiative to put together the team, the unit, and now funding for us to go out and solve these cases. So there's never ever think that no one cares. We care. We're going to solve these cases, and to the suspects, we're coming for you. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Now we'll open it up to any questions. All right. Well, thank you very much for.
So many of these cases being unsolved and crossing multiple jurisdictions, and with technology advancing, what is one avenue approach, or what is one concept to try to synchronize all the evidence together?
We're going to have to bring the Toms back up here for that one. But I only know as much as I watch in television shows. But we'll ask them with some of the technical expertise as to what they're implementing here. But I think the important thing is that no matter how old these cases are, they're still alive. And technology, DNA, what have you, has brought so much to the forefront in cracking cases over the years. I'm often reminded of the Altemio Sanchez in Buffalo area, the bike path rapist, and how someone went to jail for many years wrongly convicted, and DNA set him free because they got the real criminal. And DNA can help solve a lot of these cases. But would either of the Toms like to better answer the question than I am technically capable of?
As Sheriff Quattrone said, we've been very lucky because of him that the other agencies were working together. which is, again, Tom and I are from another place. That isn't always the case. So the cases are getting melded together. We talk about them. One of the things we're looking for is the uniformity of the cases. Are there commonalities to some of these cases? It's very possible. So we've had to work together to link them. We're going to have to triage them to see which ones have the most potential for solvability. In this case, because of this grant, we're able to really look at evidence that has gone untested, evidence that we now was tested but there's new ways to look at it. So that's really going to help us in that doing the triage to sort which cases to go after. So it's a process of selection, a process of discussion, and that's what we're going to be doing.
And just in closing, I just want to salute the sheriff. He has a very tough job every day. All the men and women in uniform in this community have a very tough job, just dealing with what they have to deal with right now. I want to salute him for devoting the resources, the attention, the mental capacity to taking on, crimes of the past. Because it would be very easy to just let those sit on the shelf. And, it was his vision that put this together, put the team together, and I'm just happy to be able to play a part and help him bring some funding to finish this mission. So, yes, sir.
Last question for the sheriff and for you, Congressman.
Come on up.
When this becomes successful, is there any plans in the future to make this more of a permanent position, or is there a chance to redo this grant and continue the work that they're doing?
I fully intend to keep this as a permanent position as our unsolved case team. I can't answer to the grant funding, but we will continue to seek funding through grants, whether they be federal grants, state grants, whatever grants that are out there. I did have to make one, maybe not a full correction of the congressman.
Oh, okay.
But not entirely my vision. I have to give a lot of credit to the Bendix family, who has been persistent in looking for justice for Yolanda. And your aunts paid some visits to the sheriff's office, and we had some great discussions that really helped motivate us to move forward to get closure on these cases.
And the funding comes as a direct appropriation. It's not a competitive renewable grant. So this was, a one-time line in a piece of legislation. But as things go forward, we'll be in constant communication with the sheriff's office to see how we can bring federal funds, not just for this program, but to help the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office year in and year out. So, all right. Thank you very much for being here.